So before beginning with the next exercise, few terms that you should be familiar with, which we will be using in the next exercise. First is transversal. Now, transversal is a straight line which intersects two or more straight lines at distinct points. So, this is the example of a transversal. There are two lines L1 and L2 and a line which is cutting both of them at two distinct points. So, this will be a transversal line. Now, this transversal forms certain angles with respect to both the lines. Now, let's see what are the angles that are formed by the transversal. Interior angles. Now, angle 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the interior angles that are formed by the transversal. Angle 1, 2, 7 and 8. These are the exterior angles that are formed. Now, out of these interior angles, 3 and 5, they are consecutive interior angles or co-interior angles or angles on same side of the transversal, while angle 3 and angle 6, these are alternate interior angles. The next is corresponding angles, that is angle 1 and angle 5, these are corresponding angles. Also angle 2 and angle 6. Then we have another pair, that is angle 3 and angle 7 and angle 4 and angle 8. These are set of corresponding angles. Now, if the lines are parallel and we have a transversal, then in that case what happens is these alternate interior angles become equal to each other. That is, angle 3 will be equal to angle 6 and angle 4 will be equal to angle 5. Interior angles on same side of the transversal, that is, angle 3 plus 5 will be equal to 180 degree and angle 4 plus angle 6, the sum of these two will be 180 degree. And corresponding angles, that is angle 1 and angle 5 will be equal and angle 2 and angle 6 will be equal. Angle 3 and angle 7 will be equal, angle 4 and angle 8 will be equal. So this is in case of parallel lines only. So first question, in the given figure we have to find the value of x and y. So see the figure, certain angles are given to you and certain unknowns you have to find out. Now here if you see x plus 50, this forms a linear pair of angles. So x plus 50 is equal to 180 degree. So with that you can find x equal to 130. Now also y and 130 degree, these are forming a pair of vertically opposite angles. That is, when two lines intersect, then these vertically opposite angles are equal. So y will be 130. So that is how you will find the values of x and y. Next question, observe the figure. AB is given parallel to CD and CD is given parallel to EF. And the ratio of the angles y and z is given as 3:7. You have to find the value of x. So, since AB and CD are given parallel and CD and EF are given parallel, sum of the angles on same side of the transversal is 180 degree. That is, x plus y is equal to 180 degree. These are interior angles on same side of the transversal. Also, I can say that this angle O plus angle y, this is also equal to 180 degree because they form linear pair of angles. And angle O and Z are corresponding angles. These two angles are corresponding. So angle O and angle Z are equal. So I can replace here angle O with angle Z. So I get y plus Z is 180 degree. Now the ratio of these angles, y is to z, is given as 3:7. So I can take the values as, normally we take 3x and 7x, but since here x is already a missing angle which we need to find out, so I can replace it with any other variable. So here I have used w. So that w is the common multiple between these two. So let z be equal to 7w and y be equal to 3w. Then I have added 3w plus 7w is equal to 180 degree because I already know y plus z is 180. So with that I can find w, that is 18 degree. Now this w can be substituted here and I can get the values of y and z. So y is 3 into w, that is 54, and z is 7 into 18, that is 126. So two angles I have found. Now x plus y is also equal to 180, I have written here. So with that I can find x. So x plus 54 is equal to 180. So x will be equal to 126 degree. So this is the next question. AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD. So this is a line which is perpendicular to CD. Angle GED is 126 degree. Find angle AGE. Now I have already marked here few circles or few dots just to identify the angles which we need to find out. So we need to find out this angle AGE, then angle FGE and angle GEF. These three angles we need to find out. So first we will use alternate interior angles. Now which are the alternate interior angles here? This angle AGE and this entire angle GED. These two form pair of alternate interior angles. So they should be equal. So angle GED is equal to 126 degree. Now over here I can split it and write. That is angle GED is equal to angle GEF plus 90 degree. Because this is perpendicular. So with that I can find angle GEF. So angle GEF is equal to 126 minus 90, that is 36 degree. Then I can say that FGE plus GED, the sum of these two is 180 degree because they form interior angles on same side of the transversal. So substituting that value, I can get GED is equal to FGE is equal to 180 minus 126, that is 54 degree. So I have all three angles now. AGE is 126 which was found earlier. Then GEF 36 and FGE 54. Now in the figure, PQ is given parallel to ST. Please observe the figure properly. PQ is given parallel to ST. Angle PQR is 110 degree. This angle is 110. And RST, this angle is 130 degree. You have to find angle QRS. Now one construction will have to be done here. That is, you have to draw a line parallel to ST through the point R. So at this point R, I have constructed a line which goes parallel to this line ST. If it is parallel to ST, it will be parallel to PQ also. So therefore these two lines are parallel. Also these two lines are parallel, and QR and SR can be taken as transversals. So then you can apply here parallel lines and transversal properties. So here first we have used that interior angles on same side of the transversal add up to 180 degree. So 130 plus this angle SRY, these two add up to 180. So with that we have found SRY as 50 degree. Also this angle PQR plus angle QRX, these two also add up to 180 degree. Also they are interior angles on same side of the transversal. So with that we can find this as 70. So this angle is 70, this angle is 50. In between angle we have to find out sum of all these three is 180 because they all lie on the line XY. So they add up to 180. So with that we can find the missing angle, that is QRS, using the linear pair, or they are all three are adding up to 180 degree. So that missing angle should be 180 minus 70 minus 50, which is equal to 60 degree. Now the next question. In the figure, AB is given parallel to CD. This line AB is parallel to CD. Angle APQ is 50 degree, this angle is 50 degree, and angle PRD is 127, that is this angle is 127 degree. You have to find X and Y. So here angle APQ and angle PQR, that is this angle X. These two are pair of alternate interior angles. So X will be equal to 50 degree. Also, sum of these two angles APQ plus Y, these two and 127, they are equal because they are forming alternate interior angles. So I can say 50 plus Y is equal to 127. So with that I can find Y equal to 77 degree. So those are the values of X and Y. Before we move on to the next question, just briefly I want to explain you law of reflection. Now this is something which you will be doing in science or probably would have done also. But once again I will explain you. Law of reflection states that this ray, incident ray, now this is a ray of light which is falling on the mirror from a source and it is getting reflected. Now this angle of incidence and this angle of reflection will be equal to each other. This is the law of reflection which we will be using in the next problem. Now this angle of incidence and angle of reflection is with respect to a normal line. Now what is a normal line? It is a line drawn perpendicular to the surface of the mirror. So whatever is the surface of the mirror, first you have to draw a line perpendicular to this mirror. That will be a normal line. And angle of incidence is the angle between this incident ray and the normal. So this is I, angle of incidence. This is R, angle of reflection. So both are found with respect to a normal line, that is a perpendicular line. So angle I is equal to angle R. This is the law. So in the figure, PQ and RS are two mirrors which are placed parallel to each other. That is PQ and RS. These are the two mirrors. An incident ray AB strikes the surface of the mirror at B. So this AB is the incident ray. Then it is getting reflected. BC is the reflected ray. It is striking the surface of the second mirror RS and again it is getting reflected. CD is the reflected one, reflected ray again. Now here you have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. That is AB, this and this are parallel to each other. So first thing is you will construct normal lines. That is, normal line is line which is perpendicular to the surface of the mirror, because with respect to that only you can find angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So I have constructed BE perpendicular to PQ and CF perpendicular to the next mirror surface RS. Now both are perpendicular to two lines which are parallel to each other. So BE and CF will be parallel. Now this does not require any proof. We will be using laws of reflection. Now here angle 1 is the angle of incidence with respect to the normal. This is the incident ray AB and this is the normal BE. So angle that is formed between incident ray and the normal, this is angle 1, angle of incidence. Angle of reflection is formed between the reflected ray and the normal line. So angle 2 and angle 1, they will be equal by the law of reflection. Same way here incident ray is BC, CF is the normal, angle formed between incident ray and the normal is angle 3 and angle 4 is the reflected one. So angle 3 and angle 4 will be equal. So this is further we also know that angle 2 and angle 3, they will be equal because they form a pair of alternate interior angles as BE is parallel to CF. So basically what we get is angle 1 equal to angle 2 equal to angle 3 equal to angle 4. So all four angles are equal to each other. So I can say angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4. When equals are added to equals, wholes are equal. So I get angle ABC and angle DCB are equal. But they are pair of alternate interior angles. So AB is parallel to CD.